Okay, guys. Okay, what we're going to learn about today are las palabras negativas e indefinidas, or negative and affirmative words in español. ¿Listos? Ya. Okay. Entonces, vamos a empezar con unas definiciones. We're going to start with some definitions. Okay? So, negative words are those that tell you something isn't there, like nothing, nobody, and none. Affirmative words are those that tell you something is there, like something, somebody, and some. Indefinite words are those that don't really tell you either way or another, okay, so one way or another, like anything, anybody, and any. All right? So let's take a look at what these are in Spanish. Okay, so we're going to look at our list, our table of words. So all these palabras. Okay, so the negative, affirmative, and indefinite words in Spanish are, and this is a gigantic chart, so please, if you need to, pause this, okay, but replay it so you can hear me say all these words. Okay, the first one on the negative side, so we're on the left-hand side, is no, which means no. We already knew that, okay? Second one is nada, which means nothing or anything. Nadie, just nobody or somebody. Ningún, ninguna, which is none or not any. We have ninguno or ninguna, which is none or not any, so those all mean the same thing. Nunca, which is never. Tampoco, which is neither or either. Todavía no, which is not yet. Ya no, not yet, so both of those mean the same thing. And ni, which is neither nor. Okay, you need to put some word where those three dots are. On the affirmative side, so on the right-hand column, we start with sí, which is yes. Okay. Then the next word is algo, which is something or anything. Then we have alguien, someone or anybody. Then we have algún or alguna, some or any. Alguno or alguna, some or any, again. And these also can be plural. So it can be algunos or algunas as well. Siempre, which is always. También, which is also or to. Ya, which is already. Todavía, which is still. And then we have o or o. Okay, so that's either or. Right? And again, you need to put a word in between those o's. Okay? All right. So now we're going to talk about some of the rules for these. So, ojo, so watch out. In Spanish, there are no separate indefinite words like there are in English. So you notice that for like nadie, for example, we have nobody and somebody. So that means the same thing, okay? So, when you want to use an indefinite word, usually a word that starts with any in English, you have to decide between the negative and affirmative first before you do anything. And then you look at your chart and figure out which one you're going to use. So let's take a look. Some more rules. So, you need to make this decision first. You need to check your sentence if it's negative or affirmative. In Spanish, a sentence is considered negative if there is even one other negative word in it. Okay, so for example, I didn't eat anything at the party. Okay, notice that there is the word anything in there, which is an indefinite word, but since we have I didn't, that makes the sentence negative. Okay, nobody failed any tests. Even though the word any is in there, that's an indefinite word. We have the word nobody, which is a negative word, so that sentence is automatically negative. Okay? If there are no negative words, the sentence is affirmative. Okay, so let's take a look. Did anyone tell you some gossip about me? Or do we have any homework tonight? So again, we have anyone and any in both of these sentences, but there's no negative word in either one of them. So there's no word like not or none or etc. Okay? All right. If even one word in the sentence is negative, then all of the indefinite words, starting with any, need to be negative. Okay? So everything needs to be negative. So in this sentence, I didn't eat anything at the party. Didn't is the negative. Okay? Did not. So our word for anything would be nada. Okay? Nada, which is nothing. It doesn't sound right in English, but it is correct in Spanish. But in the sentence, do you want anything to eat? There are no other negative words, so our word for anything is algo. Algo. Okay? All right. In most sentences, there must be a negative word in front of the verb to make them negative. So, you can do this in two ways. First, you could put a no in front of the verb, okay? So, for example, if I want to say I don't ever go to parties, I could say yo no voy nunca a las fiestas, okay? So you see here that I have like a double negative thing going on, okay? But this is what you need to do in order to make the sentence negative, so that the negative word will come in front of the verb. You can also say, yo nunca voy a las fiestas, so I never go to parties, all right? Essentially, they mean the same thing. There's just a slight difference in meaning. However, you do need to have these words, these negative words in front of the verb. Okay, so some more rules, and I just want you to notice these, okay? Some of them you're probably going to remember. In Spanish, we never put the word no in front of a noun or an adjective, okay? That word no is going to go in front of the conjugated verb, okay? You also can't ever say, I don't have any homework, okay? I don't have any homework. Instead, you have to say, you have to put the no in front of the verb, okay? Because remember, we always put it in front of the verb. So, no tengo ninguna tarea, okay? Also, to say someone isn't an adjective, like he isn't ugly or she isn't very tall, the word no must go in front of the verb. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to say he isn't ugly, él no es feo, or she isn't very tall, ella no es muy alta. Okay, let's take a look at some examples. Okay, we don't have any homework tonight. Would be no tenemos ninguna tarea esta noche. Okay, because we don't have, or we have the negative word in the sentence already, we have to use negative words to replace any. Marco needs some food would be Marco necesita alguna comida. She isn't doing anything this weekend would be ella no hace nada este fin de semana. He doesn't ever want to go out with us would be él nunca quiere salir con nosotros. And last example here. Do you know, which we're going to use the verb conocer here, anyone who fixes printers? Would be conoces alguien quien repara las impresoras? Okay, so we are going to look at some more examples. I have some more translations that we're going to do together. So I still need to do my homework. In Spanish, that would be todavía necesito hacer mi tarea. Nobody says anything to anyone would be nadie dice nada a nadie. Okay? Remember, when we have one negative word in the sentence, we have to change everything to negative. So anything and anyone would have to be negative as well. Okay? Nobody uses that program anymore would be nadie usa el programa nada más. Okay? And second to last two, you always go to class. Siempre vas a la clase. Siempre vas a la clase. And then the last one, I like to read too, would be me gusta leer también.